Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video I wanted to take a closer look at Castle. Now Castle, in my opinion, is one of the best defenders in the game. I know that isn't the most popular opinion, but in pro level, in high ranks, Castle is a very good operator if played correctly. Now, before I fully go into this video on why I think Castle is a great defender and you should definitely play him more if you want to rank up, I want to look at the win delta graph that we got at the mid-season of Operation Void Edge for the ranked playlist on PC in Platinum and Diamond. And it shows that Castle has a really low pick rate and win rate. And I'm very surprised when it comes to where he is on this graph, because out of any ranks in the game, the higher ranks should understand that Castle has a lot of potential and he should be used. Now, maybe this is excusing a lot of the people who do know how to use Castle well, or maybe this is an accurate representation of how Castle actually is in the game, and maybe I'm just looking too much into it and I actually think Castle's a lot better than he actually is. But I am actually very surprised where Castle stands on this graph. And a lot of the reasons why people don't like Castle is, one, his loadout. Not everyone's a fan of the UMP. It is one of the lower picked and preferred SMGs in the game, and I understand why. It's not my favorite gun to use, but I would say I am more comfortable with it than a lot of other people are, and I don't mind playing Castle and using the weapon if it needs to be done, because I am a big fan of Castle strats. And that's another reason why I think people don't play Castle, is the strats, and they've just not really took the time to learn the strats for Castle. And in this video I'm going to show one strat for the kitchen defense on Cafe Dostoyevsky that I am very fond with, and I usually run Castle on the site for my team, and I think it is a pretty good hold for Castle. And so that is one reason why I think Castle doesn't get played enough. And yet another reason why I think he doesn't get played enough is people just take his gadget for granted. They think of Castle as just this easy roadblock in the way, just bring a sledge and you'll destroy it instantly. And that is true. If you didn't bring a sledge is the best counter there currently is to Castle. And breaching charges, you could say, are as well, but you do have to get a bit more close and personal with that, whereas sledge, you can run up, hit it, and you don't have to be close to that Castle barricade as long as you would for a breaching charge. So sledge is probably the closest counter there is to Castle due to how many he can open, whereas Ash, she only has 2 breaching rounds, so she could only open 2 from a distance, and that's the same with Zofia. But sledge, he can open all of them with the amount of utility that he is given. So I feel like that's one reason why people don't bring Castle, is they think he's just going to be destroyed instantly. I'm not bringing the best gun in the game, I'll play a different operator. And that is true for a lot of locations. I won't admit Castle's the best pick on every site, but you should definitely go into a custom game and kind of fidget about with them and see what you can do with them. So now I'm going to go into a custom game and show you how I like to hold the kitchen bakery defense with Castle. Now, when I run Castle, I run the UMP and his newly given Super Shorty, and since I have the Super Shorty now as a secondary weapon and you can make rotates in lines of sights, there's no need for impacts. You should not really be bringing impacts for Castle now since he has a Super Shorty. Definitely run the bulletproof camera. Since Castle has received the Super Shorty and I've been pushed to use the bulletproof camera instead of the impacts, I have found so much more effectiveness with bulletproof cameras in this game. They're the most recent addition as a secondary gadget in this game, and I personally have slept upon them for a while now, and since I've been pushed into this Castle role and I've been playing them a lot more and running it, there's a lot more things that I've noticed you can do, and they're actually a really good gadget to bring, and they actually do bring quite a lot for the table. So I'm going to show what I'm doing for bakery here. This is small bakery, so I castled the door, reinforced the left wall, and I made a rotate on the right wall. And as you can see, I stood up on the chairs. I broke 2 chairs and placed a bulletproof camera there. I then moved over to bar side and castled the window in cloakroom, castled the door on corridor, and reinforced the wall by bar. Now, when we play as a squad, this is my job as castle, is to hold this hallway and support whoever is in big bakery and holding that. So I have made a small rotation so it's hard for attackers to push that side. I have castled the door once again so the attackers can't push that as easily, and reinforced the wall. And I actually placed the reinforcement at crouch level, so as you can see, if I'm going to come in from main door, you can't directly see people in that line of sight unless you get super close, but by then you'll already be exposed by the person playing in bakery. So this helps them for a rotate, and it also helps them prevent getting pushed from small bakery, because if you're holding bakery, people like to push the front and for small bakery. So with this and this bulletproof camera that I've placed on the desk, I can watch small bakery for my teammate playing in bakery. And I like to play in cloakroom since I have castled that window off and I've castled the door off beside me, and play this bulletproof camera and watch for a window jump in, or if they potentially manage to get upstairs control and run down red stairs. And that allows me in the small room here to play the camera and see anyone that's trying to push small bakery and run down red stairs, and I can either call it out, or if I'm in the position I can go for a frag and potentially get that kill. And I just think this is it's a really effective way to help the bakery hole, since you're practically locking down this entire hallway. If you want extra protection when you're playing here, you would like one of your teammates to play pillar stair side. Now, maybe one or two teammates there, depending on what roles you're playing and everything, but you definitely want someone watching backside so you can't get pushed from there, especially if they're going to go for freezer wall as well. And you want them to kind of play on pillar stairs as well, so they can go upstairs and potentially get anyone who are trying to play vertical from training mining room. So that's basically just my strat here for castle. I think it definitely helps if you're trying to hold bakery. A lot of people, when they play kitchen, they just give up bakery instantly and they say, oh, I'll bandit trick the wall, or we'll just watch when they push in. And that does work, but you're definitely going to win more matches if you actually hold bakery. And for you to hold bakery, you have to hold small bakery, because that player in bakery will just get pinched and they will die, and it will just be a free kill for the attacking team. So that is basically one of the ways that you can use castle more effectively. It helps in assisting teammates, it helps in holding down sites, and bringing that bulletproof camera as extra utility helps so much. If I brought impacts there, I could have held down that hallway, but it would have been a lot more harder for me to know if they were jumping in or not, and I would have to be listening more. I'd have to be a lot more aware of my surroundings. But whereas I have this bulletproof camera that is up on this wall, I can watch if they jump in the window, I can watch if they run down red stairs, and I am safely locked in this cloakroom with a teammate watching the other side of bar, making sure they don't get my castles. So there is obviously a lot more other aspects this could play out. Obviously I could overpeak and die in points like that, but from a strat just to begin like this, if they're not prepared for this, they will be caught off guard extremely hard, and you will have a significant advantage over them. But this isn't the only map you can do it. I'm not going to make this video just me showing off a bunch of castle strats. There's a lot of great different YouTubers on YouTube showing off these castle strats, and go into a custom game and look for your own. Bring that loadout I told you, bring the super shorty, bring the UMP, and bring the bulletproof camera. Look for lines of sight with a bulletproof camera. Like you've seen there, I shot out the chairs and jumped out on the table to get that camera. It's harder for them to punch because they'll also have to jump up on the table unless they want to waste some utility on it, which is not the best idea. So if they want to go up and punch that, they have to expose themselves by climbing on the table. If I'm on that cam and I see they're about to climb on the table, I can peek from cloakroom and get a free kill on them. So definitely go into a custom game, try castle out, communicate with teammates, look up strats, and just give castle a try. He is a very good operator. Everyone has like some sort of just thought that castle is just a horrible defender that ruins roamer's life, and that is true if all you do as a castle player is barricade off the sites, barricade off the doors that are on site. Because if I done that there and just barricaded us in sight and they had upstairs control, we'd just be sitting ducks. So as I shown here, don't use your barricades all in sight. Depends on what site it is. But as you can see here, none of my barricades were touching any of the doors that are actually in sight. They were all in this hallway, and I locked down this hallway very well. So I'm going to end this video here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you use Castle? Do you wish you used Castle more? Does this video make you want to use Castle more and look up more strats like this? Because I'm telling you, you will definitely see an improvement and more defensive wins if you bring a Castle and run strats similar to this. So be sure to like this video. Like I said, check out my last video and whatever video YouTube recommends at the end of this, because they like to do a random one. And yeah, I'll hopefully make another video tomorrow. Don't know what it'll be on, but hopefully I'll make one. See you guys later.